In David Yates's film Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Daniel Radcliffe plays an adolescent wizard in a magical world where the prospect of danger is always imminent. This normal teenage wizard is thrown into an extreme situation when he finds out that he is the chosen one and that the fate of the wizarding world lies in his hands. This film is centered around Harry attempting to get crucial and sensitive information regarding the Dark Lord Voldemort out of Professor Slughorn. Throughout the film, it's clear that the issues Harry is facing are much heavier than the issues of a normal teenage wizard. As a film that takes place in a very specific world of magic, everything used in the story, production, and mise-en-scène is unique to the wizarding world of Harry Potter. As an actor, Daniel Radcliffe is challenged with the task of creating a physical response to the liquid luck potion, as well as expressing the high stakes of his constantly fatal position. Daniel Radcliffe uses changes in physicality to convey the immediacy of his task and to create a very noticeable and specific physical reaction to drinking the liquid luck, something unique to the wizarding world itself and new to us Muggle viewers. In the scene where Harry decides to use liquid luck to assist him in getting information from Professor Slughorn, Harry Potter has already had multiple failed attempts at getting this information from the professor. Harry enters the scene in a trance from the scene before, where he has had a very normal teenage moment when Ginny kisses him. Daniel Radcliffe shows this through his physicality as we see him walk slowly down a long hallway. He looks down and out, clearly in his own little world, stunned and focused on the kiss. Yates also uses mise-en-scène to show this by placing a group of other students in the beginning of the shot. We see a group of students walk past Harry, and he doesn't even notice them. Even his best friend Ron is running after him behind him, and he isn't even in tune to the presence of his best friend. The use of a long tracing shot following Harry Potter as he walks allows us to see this environment around him and how out of tune he is to his surroundings. When Ron approaches him, Daniel Radcliffe does a double take, which shows that his friend is interrupting his thoughts. But even with this interruption, Daniel Radcliffe still turns away from his friend, still occupied by his thoughts and his kiss with Ginny. However, when he sees Professor Slughorn, Daniel Radcliffe looks up completely like a deer in headlights, and all of a sudden, his attention is completely shifted to Slughorn and the task at hand. Harry and Slughorn both take a beat to stare at each other for a second. This pause captures the tension of the situation, and by showing Harry Potter's in his own little world and then seeing that Slughorn is completely able to refocus his attention, it really drives home on the film's theme of a normal boy facing fatal problems. While girls should be the height of his problems and the center of his focus, getting information that could potentially destroy the Dark Lord Voldemort is what's forced into the forefront of his mind. Even after Slughorn leaves, Daniel Radcliffe stares in his direction, showing that his focus is completely on finding a way to get the information out of him. In this moment, we see his face go from this tense stare to him being excited about a realization of what he needs to do to get this information.
Did you and Ginny do it then? What? No, I had the book. Oh, yeah. Yes. Still no luck with Slughorn then, I take it? Luck. That's it. All I need's a bit of luck.
The next scene is where Harry Potter puts his plans into effect and drinks the liquid luck. The scene opens on a close-up of the liquid luck itself. By using a close-up, it establishes this rare potion as the center of the scene. In this shot, Daniel Radcliffe holds the potion carefully in an upright position. This gives the potion a sense of importance. The bottle itself has a very unique shape. A normal potion bottle, or any bottle in general, would have a flat bottom so it could be placed on a table or left out on a shelf. But this bottle, however, points in at the bottom, so it can't stand upright on a table. This shows that it isn't like any common potion. The liquid luck isn't something you just leave out on a shelf, it's something you keep in a safe location or in your pocket, which is where Harry keeps it. When Harry drinks the potion, he chugs it without hesitation. The way he drinks it shows that he's confident in his plan and in the use of the potion. This is also portrayed by the physicality of how he's sitting. He sits upright and on the couch, and this is contrasted by his friends Ron and Hermione, who are sitting with their backs hunched over and looking up at him on the floor. They look at him with stern looks of anticipation, clearly less confident about the plan than Harry is. After drinking the liquid luck, there is a huge change in performance from Daniel Radcliffe, which conveys that the liquid luck has kicked in and is working.
Well, how do you feel?
Excellent. Really excellent.
Remember, Slughorn usually eats early, takes a walk, and then returns to his office.
Right. I'm going down to Hagrid's.
What? No, Harry, you've got to go and speak to Slughorn. We have a plan.
I know, but I've got a really good feeling about Hagrid's. I feel it's the place to be tonight. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Well, trust me, I know what I'm doing. Or Felix does. Hi!
In the scene before this, before he drinks the liquid luck, Radcliffe walks slowly and looks towards the ground. Interestingly enough, this is the character's behavior even after a happy pick-me-up moment. However, after he drinks the liquid luck, Daniel Radcliffe adapts a confident, upbeat personality that is much different than how he usually portrays the character. In fact, normal, everyday Harry Potter doesn't usually walk with an extreme amount of confidence, which really makes perfect sense given the context of the themes of the story. The film is trying to show how life or death the imminent danger of Voldemort's return is. In fact, to put it in a real-world perspective, analysts and scholars often compare the figure Voldemort to historical figures like Hitler. In which case, Daniel Radcliffe's physical choice to walk slowly, look down, and appear to always have a heavy weight on his back is completely justified in the context of what the film is trying to say about young people being forced to face danger in general. If Harry Potter has a heavy, nervous walk when facing these problems, it makes sense that he would all of a sudden adopt an out-of-character physicality in order to achieve what he has failed at many times before, without the help of the liquid luck. Let's take a look at one of the scenes where he tries to talk to Slughorn without the help of the liquid luck.
I highly recommend you reacquaint yourself with the chapter on antidotes. I'll tell you more about bazaars in our next class. Right, off you go. Elise, don't forget your rat tail. Aha! It isn't the Prince of Potions himself. What do I owe this pleasure?
Well, sir, I wondered if I might ask you something.
Ask away, dear boy, ask away.
Well, you see, the other day I was in the library, in the restricted section, and I came across something rather odd about a very rare piece of magic.
Yes? What was this rare piece of magic?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember the name exactly. But it just got me wondering, are there some kinds of magic you're not allowed to teach us?
I'm Potions Master, Harry. I think your question's better be posed to Professor Snape.
Yes. He and I don't exactly see eye to eye, sir. What I mean to say is, well, he's not like you. You might misunderstand.
Yes. There can be no light without the dark. And so it is with magic. Myself, I always strive to live within the light. I suggest you do the same.
Is that what you told Tom Riddle, sir, when he came asking questions?
Dumbledore put you up to this, didn't he?
Daniel Radcliffe's performance in scenes like these really show that even though he's been thrown into the position of being the chosen one, he's really just a normal boy. In fact, he really doesn't seem to be able to do much on his own at all. At the beginning of his first attempt, Slughorn calls him the Prince of Potions. However, earlier in the film, we see that he has an edited potions book with things crossed out and changed. We see other students struggling with the same potion, but their books are all new and unedited. Harry's success in the potions class has nothing to do with his own abilities, it's merely he has assistance from a third party, which in this case is the book. When he tries to get information out of Slughorn without the assistance of a third party, or magical assistance, he is far less successful, and with Daniel Radcliffe's portrayal of the character in this scene, it's quite clear why that would be the case. The scene opens on a shot where Harry Potter is creepily and nervously staring into Slughorn's classroom, anxiously waiting for the students to leave. The room itself is filled with students, all in identical school robes. Even though, as an audience, we aren't used to robes being the standard dress code, we can deduct that this costuming choice is also a story and world-building choice. Since all of the robes are identical, we know that this must be their school uniform. After these students leave, Harry enters the classroom and approaches his mission head-on. Something interesting beyond physicality is the tone and inflection of his voice in this scene. Here, Daniel Radcliffe speaks in a blunt, monotone manner and with a deeper tone.
I can't remember the name exactly. But it just got me wondering, are there some kinds of magic you're not allowed to teach us?
He has no strategic means of approaching Professor Slughorn. He sort of just stands there and jumps right in with the prying in a very blunt manner. In the wide shot, we even see that there is a hostile distance between Harry and the professor. Even though he's the chosen one, in terms of his abilities, he's really just a normal teenage boy. With the help of Liquid Luck, however, he is able to successfully achieve his goal. Instead of anxiously approaching Professor Slughorn in his usual nervous manner, he instead walks confidently towards him when he accidentally comes across him in a nonchalant way. Instead of walking slowly and anxiously, he quickly walks right up to the professor in a very personal way. We see that this startles Professor Slughorn because he jumps when he notices Harry is in his space.
Clear my throat. Coughed. You probably feared I was Professor Sprout.
Yes, I did actually. What makes you think that?
Oh, well, just the general behaviour, sir. The sneaking around, the jumping when you saw me. Are those tentacular leaves, sir? They're very valuable, aren't they?
10 galleons a leaf to the right buyer. Not that I'm familiar with any such back alley transactions, but one does hear rumours. My own interests are purely academic, of course.
I mean, personally, these plants always kind of freak me out.
After confidently invading his space, Harry walks away in a very carefree manner.
Get out of the castle, Harry.
Oh, through the front door, sir. I'm off to Hagrid's, you see. He's a very dear friend, and I'd just fancy paying him a visit. So if you don't mind, I will be going now.
Harry!
Sir!
It's nearly nightfall. Surely you realise I can't allow you to go roaming the grounds by yourself.
Well, then by all means, come along, sir.
Even when Slughorn follows him out of the castle and to Hagrid's, Daniel Radcliffe walks so quickly and casually that Slughorn has to chase after him. Already, this new set of physical behaviors is working better for his plan. While before, Slughorn was walking away from Harry and completely avoiding him, now he's not only following him, but chasing after him. Also, while during his previous attempts, Harry spoke with a deeper monotone and nervous inflection, Daniel Radcliffe raises the general tone of Harry's voice. After drinking the Liquid Luck, Harry Potter no longer seems so nervous and serious. Between his upbeat inflection and wide-eyed grin, he is able to come off as more genuine and without having an agenda. This is ultimately what gets Professor Slughorn to reveal the information necessary for Harry to defeat the Dark Lord Voldemort. One of the most prominent themes in Harry Potter is the fact that Harry is just a normal boy in an abnormal situation. The way Harry Potter's physicality and interactions with the people, places, and things in the wizarding world is captured by both the camera and Daniel Radcliffe himself is what really allows the film to convey his normalcy and the contrasting effects of his magical means of assistance, such as the Liquid Luck.